So we are starting season 5 of the European Journeyman, and just to wrap up what we've done so far. So we started unemployed. We joined Bergneset's AIK team I'd never heard of before in the second division N, which was one of the regional divisions in the north of Sweden, I would imagine. And we won promotion in the first season. We also won Manager of the Year. We then narrowly stayed up both seasons, our first two seasons in the first division North, which is the third division of Sweden, the third tier. And we then won promotion to the first division elite, which is the first time we are actually going into a league that isn't regionalized. So the first division North is regionalized. We now go up to the first division elite, which just sits on its own, and as you can see, there is no structure there. And then obviously there is potential here to go up to the Premier Division. There's two promotion spots. There's a playoff as well. There's 2 relegation spots and then 2 relegation playoffs as well. We're going to be playing more games than we used to. No, we're going to be playing the exact amount of games that we used to. That's my mistake. 30 games, 16-team league. Again, same rules apply with eligibility. We have to have... where is it? It's somewhere in here. We have to have... There is a loan rules though, which there wasn't last time. So there's a maximum of 5 under-22 players allowed on loan who can play for both clubs during the spell. So we were allowed a maximum of 6 foreign-based players over the age of 22 allowed on loan. But the match day rules... I don't know what the match day rules are. Yeah, there we go. The match squad must have at least 9 players trained by a club in Sweden. We don't have that many. 5 subs we can use and 3 stoppages for a maximum of 7. So it's exactly what we've got now. So you get 7 subs and we need to name 9 homegrown players. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've only got 5. So we're short 4. And then that would mean we'd have to have a 3-man bench with no one non-homegrown. As far as the players we've got, everyone is either on a non-contract, which basically means they just get paid per appearance, or they're on a deal that extends at least until next season. I think only one player is not correct on here. So Oliver Boast, we have offered a new deal to, which will obviously come into effect pretty soon, unless someone offers them another deal. All of the homegrown players are tied down, and then the other players who are in the squad that are leaving us are all the loan players, and Pagliuisi, who we offered a contract to, but he's decided to go to the lower tiers of Italy. In terms of the budget, we're currently spending 2.35k. We've got 2.1k in terms of the finances. We're 110k in the red. So we do need to make some money. The good news is there is match prize money in the First Division Elite, which is something we haven't had so far. So even if we do go down, we'll get a big chunk of money. We should get around 500 to 600k, which will massively clear our debt and put us into a good positive thing. The board aren't going crazy with the wage. Doubling our wage is fine. Like I say, we already have most of our players that we're going to be playing for next season. And some of our better players, if we look at someone like Genus Kluwer, 3.5 star, he's a good player for that division. So we've already got players who will be good quality for the league we're going into. Obviously, we have a couple players like El Juwani, for example, who are really only leading players in the 4th tier. So those are problem areas we need to improve on. If you look at someone like a 3-star player, where's a 3-star player? There's McCrew, 3-star player. He's a good player for the 3rd tier, so maybe not quite up to the 2nd tier, but we'll see how they get on. Because we've been so good this year, I'm hoping we can just easily avoid relegation, but that also depends on how well we do in this window. Contracts don't expire till the 1st of Jan in Sweden, so we are going to go forward. If anything happens between now and then, I'll come back. Otherwise, we'll get to the 1st of Jan, and then we'll start to try and bring in some Swedes. Now, hopefully, now we're going into the 2nd tier, we'll have a little bit more reputation. In terms of my contract, I have already signed a new deal. I signed it at the middle of last season, so I'm tied down for the year. We're still doing the no qualifications, but as you can see, my reputation just through winning games and going up in the leagues is up to local now, and some of my attributes are up to reasonable, actually competent at determination as well. I'm a determined man, so there you go. So yeah, we're going to go forward now. Like I say, if anything happens between now and then, we'll come back. So I click continue. I totally forgot about this. We signed an Unreal player back in the June, but he actually wasn't available to join us until now, either because he was under 18 or because he was in Russia. I don't really know. He was part of the CSKA Moscow under 18s. And he joined us in the June. He joined us on a £210 a week deal with an £100 appearance fee till 2029. He's a right back. He's 6'3". Physically, he is unreal. He's a leading player for the league we're going in. He's unbelievable. He joins us on a free. Yeah, I mean, he's unreal. The fact that we've got him is unbelievable. So we've already got our right back. So he's going to come straight in, obviously, as our new right back. We'll obviously need to figure out what we do with El Juwani. I guess for now, excuse me, he goes left back. In terms of the other positions, I guess we kind of just leave it like this and then see how we get on for Fana and Bost up front. Kluwer midfield, don't really rate that. But for now, until we actually start to bring players in, this is probably what we do. And in theory, if we were playing an actual league game, needed to meet the registration rules, we'd probably put Thornberg in there and then probably move one of these out. You know, it'd probably look more like this. Our first season, McCrew would be the one to miss out. So at the minute, that's what we're going with. But yeah, we've just signed what should be our new best player. He's 4 stars, unbelievable. We've also got all this stuff. I don't think it'll be too interesting for you. They want us to actually avoid relegation, so it's not even an attempt to avoid relegation, which does put the pressure on slightly, but hopefully we should be okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. We can sort all this out. I like a big pre-season because the players don't really get fit at this level. And then basically this is a little tip and trick that I do. I basically always just come in and say I don't think it's the right time to talk about it. That way I don't piss the players off, I don't make them happy, and then we don't need to worry about it. You might notice there's a couple of youngsters in our academy. This was when I was very desperate for players. So there's a team in Australia called CU Academy. I went in and loaned some in on a free loan without knowing if they were any good or not. They're not. So they're going to leave us in December. They weren't good enough. So that's what they are. It was a free loan. It made no impact to us. So we're fine. So yeah, I totally forgot about him though. I don't think there's anyone else I've signed that's coming in. Oh my God, I have. I keep forgetting these players. Right, we already have 2 players leaving academies joining us. They're not that good, so they're not as good as Kudanov. But we have, the first one is Adam Alman Trebelsi. He is a 19-year-old Swedish midfielder. He's going to join us. He's a leading player in the 4th division, but he does have potential to become a 2nd division player. He's from AIK's academy, so decent pedigree there. Honestly, looks quite good. Could easily play in our midfield, at least on the bench. And then the other one is Dante Kaspari Bark. Didn't really get to proper scout them. They came in on trial, offered them contracts because they were young. I think they're only going to be on non-contract, and I think it's like 30, 40, 50 pounds. So it's really nothing of our budget. Leading 4th division player, potential to be a 2nd division player as well. He's from Hammarby's academy. So another one with decent potential. So yeah, they're going to come in, which I guess will help with the homegrown stuff, at least for us to fill a bench. Don't think they're really going to be first team ready though. So we've reached the 1st of Jan, which means the contracts in Sweden are all gone. The loans have all gone back, so this is what we're left with. Obviously, Pagliuisi is going to leave us on the 2nd of Jan, so he'll be going very soon. Everyone else is tied down. We've offered some new contracts. We're able to offer 2-year deals now, so we've tied down Balls. Kudanov has never played a game, but I'm pretty sure he'll be pretty good. Fernald Gill has also signed a new deal, as has Kluwer. We also extended Bost's contract. He had an optional extension, so we've been able to tie them down. They're not on big money, so it just makes sense. The youngsters with potential, it just makes sense. They're good players for this level. They've got potential to be top division players, so 100% makes sense to tie down these kind of players because they're going to be a big part of the core of our team going forward. So at the minute, we've got a pretty decent squad. Like I said, we still need a few more, obviously, in and around. We definitely need some Swedes because if you look at the rules, we obviously need 9. We can only name a 7-man bench. So at the minute, we would be 1 short. So we'd have to take 1 player out. So yeah, we need to try and get some Swedes in. Ideally, we would get a left back. Ideally, we would get 2 centre mids. Maybe even a winger or a striker. I mean, we'll just take anything, even if a centre-back comes in. Obviously, Plantinga isn't happy at the minute. He wants to leave. If we get an offer for him, we'd have to let him go. At the minute, there's nothing in. So he, as well as there's one other good player for Fana. He doesn't want to sign a new deal just yet either. He doesn't think the squad is strong enough, which is interesting because he's not actually our best player. So there's other players who are better than him that are happy to stay. So not really sure, but hopefully as we progress in the season, we should be okay. We have got our new league now, so this is the second division. Some familiar names we recognise from playing them previously: Stockholm, Orgreit, Umia, I think we've played before. So yeah, Kalmar, we've definitely played a lot of these before. Season preview, not actually too bad. We usually expected to finish rock bottom. We're expected to finish 13th, which would be the last relegation playoff space. So I'm hoping we can avoid that. The board do want us to avoid relegation, so just absolutely no relegation. We are 60 grand in the black, but like I say, with the prize money that comes in, we should be fine. We've got our scouting budget. It's exactly the same as it's always been. We've got 1.8 available in wage. We're spending 2.6. We've obviously offered a small increase to some of the wages to get them to sign new deals. So at the minute, we're looking good. We just need some more Swedes, and that's exactly where I'm going to look. So hopefully I'm going to go find some. The problem is a lot of them just don't want to join us for some reason, the Swedes. They just don't like us. But we have had a small increase in our reputation as well. We've gone up one slice of pie on the pie chart when our regional. So we have made improvements, which is good. This is the first division where there will be some full-time teams. If we look at these lot, where do we see? Yeah, so they're a full-time team. They're semi-pro. So it's a bit of a mix. There's some teams... Yeah, semi-pro. If we look at maybe the season preview, basically anyone top of the season preview is probably going to be a professional side. So there's a bit of a gap there, but there is obviously still some teams who are semi-professional as well. Probably the teams more down the other end. So definitely come up to this weird point where we'll be playing pro teams. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I'm going to go try and find I'm going to go offer a lot of trials to a lot of Swedes. So we've managed to bring a couple in. Not really great so far. So obviously Pagliuisi has left. Hugo Sousa is in. He's going to be our new backup goalkeeper, 20 years old. Actually not bad for a backup. 2.5 stars as a leading player in the third division. He has got some decent potential. He is from AIK's academy, so again, not bad on a 2-year deal. £110 a week, easy enough just to sit on the bench. And if we have to, we can rely on. And then we've actually signed someone else who's not too bad. He's actually going to come into the starting 11 unless we get someone better. Fagelorn. We're just going to call him Per. Per is in on a non-contract. He's a breakthrough prospect. He's a leading player in the third division with potential to be in the second division. He was originally from Sundsvall, has played a little bit for them, which isn't that exciting that he's going to come in and be our starter, but obviously we need a homegrown player. That means El Juani then moves out to the bench, which doesn't really increase the numbers because it was 1-for-1, and obviously our backup keeper was also 1-for-1. So at the minute we're still 1-for-1. We're still looking for more. Again, we just can't seem to bring in players that are actually better than what we've got that are Swedish. So we'll look at loans, but the window doesn't actually open until... When does the window open? The window doesn't open until... When does the window open? I'm sure I could see the window. It doesn't open until sometime in Jan. I don't know exactly when. And at that point, then we should start to see, some loans available. We've went in for a few. No one was really interested, so we'll go back in later in the window. So we are just about to start our pre-season friendlies. Almost couldn't get the words out there. We've signed a few more players, nothing really amazing. So first one in is Reba Alton. He is a 22-year-old Swedish midfielder, 2 stars of current ability, so only a leading player in the 4th division, but he has got potential to be a player in the 2nd division, which is obviously the division we're in. He's from Sundsvall. He was played a little bit in this league last year when they got relegated. Didn't really play at all, so a little bit interesting. But yeah, a youngster, homegrown, probably won't really play that much. Just kind of a backup, and I think he's an emergency backup, so he's happy to do that. Not much money as well, £120 a week till the end of the season. Another one of a similar ilk, Hampus Johansson, is a 25-year-old Swedish centre-back, can also play a left-back. He's only on £90 a week till the end of the season. Leading player in the 4th division with potential, I would really doubt it, at 25 to play higher up. He's actually played quite a lot of games, mostly in the lower leagues, to be fair. He played last season in the 3rd division and did okay. I think they got relegated, but his average rating wasn't too bad. Someone who can just play on the left-hand side, left centre-half, and left back if needed. Another one we brought in was Dante Kaspari-Bark. We already know about him. He's a youngster with some potential, 20 years old. Again, 4th division player, but he's actually got a bit of potential from Hammarby's academy. He's on a non-contract. Trebelsi, another one, potential. Not really much going on now, but again, quite cheap, homegrown. So all of that means we have a much bigger squad now. We actually have a squad capable of filling out a bench with homegrown players. At the minute, I think with the rules, we are okay. The only difference would be one of our homegrown players would miss out. If this is the team we're going with, which isn't necessary to say it will be, I think this will be the team we go with, and I think the player to miss out at the minute would be McCrew. The idea would be we will actually play Trebelsi because we don't really have another centre mid at the minute, and whilst he's not really good enough, because he's got big potential, he's probably the pick of the bunch of the new Swedish boys. I actually don't mind the look of him as well. He's kind of quick, and technically he's not bad. I think it's his mentals which aren't great, which are usually the ones that actually can improve the most, the mentals, as they get more game time, as they get older, those improve. At the minute, we're going to play Fagerlon as well at left back. He's someone we brought in. So yeah, we've got 2 homegrown players in the squad on non-contracts, everyone else tied down. I don't know if I covered this already, but we've went and offered, I think I did cover this, we've offered new deals to lots and lots of players, so they're all in on longer contracts. If I didn't mention it, then basically, yeah, nearly everyone who's any good is tied down to a 2-year deal now. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, but it's been a couple of days since I've been on the save. We've got pretty much homegrown all through the 9 sub spots, which is the majority of our matchday squad, so we are cheesing it as much as possible. 2 players that I'm looking to move on. Thornberg, obviously been around a long while, played a lot of games for the club, but I think his time has probably come. He's on a deal till the end of the season. He's 28. He's not really ever going to be 2nd division quality, let alone 3rd division. We're hoping to be a 2nd division club and higher. Same with Worrell. He's, it feels a little bit harsher because he's probably a bit of a club legend. Actually done okay, I guess, but again, with the fact that we've brought in new players, he's 2 stars of current ability. It's really unlikely. They're both kind of not happy that they're not going to be involved as well. So, yeah, we're happy to let them move on. If needs be, if we don't sell them, if we don't find anything, then we'll just keep them around for the season. We'll take them off the transfer list and, we can put them on the bench. I think we have signed one more player that was maybe on the loans that I didn't mention. Philip Svensson is a 17-year-old Swede. He's in on loan from, I think, IK Sirius. Yeah, he's on £330 a week there, but we've just got him on a free loan. He's a channel forward. Again, he's 1st division standard, so not great, like 3rd tier, but he's got big potential at 17 years old. I don't know where he's gone. He's pretty quick as well. Technically, he's not great, but mentals are not bad. Some good work rate, some good teamwork. Aggressive, he's fairly tall. He can't really jump that high, but he's pretty quick, so he should be a decent option off the bench. So I think we've got a squad capable of doing okay. If we look at the season preview at the minute, we're expected to be just outside the bottom 4, which is relegation. So honestly, I think that's really not that bad. And to be honest, I mean the board I think just want us to avoid relegation. I think if we do that in our first season in a new league, we'll definitely take that. If we can finish any higher, even better. But obviously we're coming up against some professional sides, so we don't know how we're going to get on there. So that means that with 1.4k of the budget, we've probably done most of the business. Now, obviously, we've still got 2 months basically until we play our first game, which is 1st of April at home to Stockholm. So we will still obviously look in the market, but we may just cut to this game. It just depends if anything else happens. If we manage to do any more business, then great. I'm going to keep looking out. Obviously, the other thing is, if we can get loans in who are Swedish, who are better than what we've got, then we can obviously release some of these players, because obviously a few of them are on non-contracts. So if we get players in, if we get a right back in who's better than El Juani, I'm going to keep Rosberg forever. But, if we can keep other players who are in on non-contracts, then we can just release them. Obviously, one player it's very likely that one of these will get injured at some point, so McCrew will be able to come in of the attackers. Again, it's not settled. Fall could lose out, Fafana could lose out, Borst could lose out, so there's all sorts of players. We might move one of these up front, move McCrew onto the wing. There's all sorts of permutations and options we've got. So at the minute, I think we're looking good. We're going to get started with pre-season. We're playing a bunch of lower league sides just to get the fitness up. We've got 8 games in pre-season just because it is such a gap between seasons that I do like us to be fully fit. We don't train full time, so match days is really the only time we get fit. So we've basically got Monday and then 1 game a week on Saturdays all the way up till Sunday, April 1st, which will be our first game of the season in our new league. I'm imagining the first time this club have probably ever been in this league. I don't know if we can actually see the history. So the highest I think we've ever done was winning the First Division North. I mean, this only goes back to 2009, but they've basically been a third-tier club. Most of their... they've been in the 4th division, which is the 5th division, I think. No, that's the First Division North was 3rd tier. We joined them in the 4th tier. I think they've been down as far as the 6th tier. They've been pretty far. Yeah, this is definitely the highest these have probably ever been in their history. So, yeah, we are doing something unprecedented. But yeah, like I say, if anything else happens, I'll come back. Otherwise, we'll just keep progressing. Right, so we've reached the first game of the season. As you can see, pre-season went pretty well. We beat everyone except for the last game, but they're a decent team from Finland. Hasn't really done too much for the dynamics because we still got Max Worrell, who's a little bit unhappy. But other than that, I think we should be okay. A couple of games have already started. We're playing on Monday, so it's probably the latest of the games. But we have done more business. So one thing we'll do straight away is look at everyone else we've brought in on a free, which I think is only one player. So Viggo Vanderlaan is in. He actually looks okay. 22-year-old homegrown Swede on a 2-year deal because he's not too bad, actually. £140 a week as well. So 6'3", good jumping reach, decent technicals. Yeah, can play centre-back. He is originally from BK Häcken, has had a loan in the First Division South, was at Sandvikens in the First Division Elite last year, didn't play too much, and when he did, it wasn't that good, but he's just going to be a backup for us, a leading First Division player, but he has a 22-year-old, still got potential to become a good division player. We have also signed a couple loans as well, so I think Svensson you already met. Robin Krugel is a 20-year-old Swedish attacker, can play on the wing or up front. He is on a free loan until the end of the season. As you can see, physically quite good. 3 stars of current ability with actual Premier Division potential. Never played a senior game, but he's in on a free loan from Sirius. And the last one in on loan is Niklas Krupkin. He's actually a Finnish 19-year-old left back. He's in on a loan till the end of the season. We're only paying £55 a week for his loan as well, so really cheap. He's a good player for the level with Premier Division potential, so that's a very, very good pickup. He's been in the HGK, I think that's Helsinki. He's been in their reserves. I'm guessing this is their reserve team, Klubi 04. He's been playing for them on and off the last few years. But yeah, looks quite good. Technically not amazing, but he can cross. Probably not the best defensive left back. Weirdly, he's better with his right foot than his left, so he probably should be a right back, but there you go. So he's in. He's going to be our new left back. And then the other players, the only other player who's left, it's annoying you can't see just like sales, I guess. Cash/clause transfers. So the only player who's left is Oliver Borst. We got an offer from Kalmar, who are, I think, in our league. Yeah, we got an offer from them for Borst. It was 10 grand. It was actually less than 10 grand, but we pushed them up to 10 grand. It's got a 50% sell-on clause, though. So the only player with an actual clause at the club is Borst. So 50% of his next transfer. So if he goes for 250k, if he goes for 500k, we'll get 250k, which would be huge for us. I think there is actually TV money at this level as well, from what I've gathered. I don't think we've got any of it yet coming in. We're 100k in the black, in the red, but to get back in the black, I think we'll easily do that by the end of the season because, as I'd mentioned before, 500k for finishing bottom of the league, $1 million for finishing top of the league. So we definitely should be getting it. There is a TV contract. It said it was 10 million across the season, which obviously isn't 10 million per team. But with 16 teams, it's got to be at least a few 100k for us. Now, it might be obviously weighted to the bigger teams, that kind of thing, but there is TV money, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects the finances as the season goes on. Hopefully, we actually end up the season with a really positive bank balance, which would be the first time, because most of the time we are sitting in a negative. Obviously, the board did double our wage budget, but we're still competing against some pretty big clubs. So I think this is the team we're going with, obviously, for the first game of the season. So we've got Balls in goal. Back up to him, we've got Sosa, who's in on a permanent, and then we've got Stalnacki as the backup. So 3 keepers, 1 non-homegrown as the starter, and then 2 homegrown backups. That's pretty good. Kudanov, probably the best right back in the league. He's there, and then we've got Fagelon, who can play left back and right back, so good option to have. We've then got Van der Laan, who is a natural centre half. He can obviously start, but obviously we've got Fernal, Gill, and Plantinga, who will probably be our regular starters. But honestly, he's not, rating wise, he's not actually that much behind them, so there's every chance he does replace them. If we had to bring in, if say we were stuck with the rules, he'd be the first one straight into the lineup. In midfield, we've got Rico Robinson, who is just coming back with injury, same with Kudanov actually, and Trebelsi. This is probably our lightest position. Even our best player, Rico Robinson, isn't that great for the level. So this centre mid's probably our weakest position. We've then got Fall on the right, Fofana on the left, and then a front two of Kluwer and Krugel. Obviously with Bos going, we need someone else. And Krugel at 3 stars, probably the best option. Obviously, he's got potential. He's Swedish, so another player in the actual starting 11 who's Swedish. McCrew is injured, so he's going to miss out. We're still trying to get deals for Thornberg and Worrell. They're probably just going to sit in the squad till the end of the season. We've also got Svensson, who can play up front, as well as Rosberg. We've got Alton in midfield, and then we've got Johansson as well, who can cover basically any of the defensive positions. So we've definitely got options. We've got backups at goalie. We've got backups in defense. Midfield is probably the lightest, really. And then we've got options in attack. When everyone's fit, what I'm thinking is Fofana will move up front, and then McCrew will play left mid. But that would obviously mean we'd have to bring someone out of the squad. So how we do that, I don't know, because obviously all our bench is full. So at the minute, probably going to be something like this. So hopefully Krugel can actually hit the ground running. Other than that, we could always bring out, if we played Fofana up front, we can always play Krugel on the wing. That's an option. We could just do that anyway and see how that goes. But I like Fofana on the wing. He was really good. He's another one. He signed a new deal. So he's going to be here till the end of next season as well. We've got 1.3 grand left. We've got a bit of transfer budget as well. If we need to move it over, we can do. So we've probably got about 1.4k-ish for June, which we are only 2 months away now because we start the season a little bit later. So really, we only play 3 months of games. We probably only play about, less than half the season before we get to free transfers in June, which is where we're going to hopefully sign some even better players. So Kalmar did steal our striker, but to be honest, Bos wasn't that good, so I'm really not that upset. And he only got brought on very late on, so they don't rate him too highly. He's actually a breakthrough prospect for them. He's only on a 1-year deal as well, so if he leaves at the end of the season, we can always try and pick him back up. So I think we're doing okay. I think, like I say, let's take a look at the media prediction after all that. After all the transfers done and dusted, we're about where we were before. So 12th, so above the bottom 4. We do play Stockholm first, who are expected to get relegated, and Norby, who are expected to get relegated. So we've basically got the 2 worst teams to start with. So we've actually got either a very good start because we can get off to a winning start and get the momentum and get the dynamics good, or we realise this is actually going to be tougher than we think and we're going to struggle. But I actually think we'll be okay. I think we'll be mid-table. And if we can even get, we'll just take it a game at a time, but you never know. We could even do another promotion push. Now we've had one, we might try and get another. You don't know. I guess we'll just see how big this step up is, because it could be huge. But that's going to do it for now. When we come back, we will play our first 2 games of the season. Stockholm at home, Norby away. We'll do an away day for Norby as well. We've definitely not done that. The first away day of the new season, of the new league. Very exciting time. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Euro Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.